We've got about 50 odd participants who have logged in on Facebook already and are able to watch this live stream. So let's start this session today. It's the first ever session, talking about uh, the gas industry as a whole with respect to natural gas, LPG, as well as the downstream on the application side, along with the equipment, uh, as well as the industrial application and the commercial application side. So thank you to all three of you to join this, and also welcoming all our viewers who are logging in on Facebook to watch this live stream. Uh, First of all, to introduce our panelists today, we have with us Mr. Sujit Ruikar, who is from MNGL, Maharashtra Natural Gas Limited, Pune. He is the general manager marketing at MNGL and is looking after 100 plus CNG pumps as well as marketing of piped natural gas to industrial consumers in the large industrial areas across Pune. So, welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Sujit sir will be talking to us today uh, on his perspective from the piped natural gas and the compressed natural gas industry. So uh, there are times when the PNG supply as a utility has also been impacted in various ways. So Sujit sir will be giving us the perspective from the natural gas industry with respect to other CGDs also. Uh, we have a second panelist today uh, from BPCL, Mr. Jagannath Vishwanath, who joins us from Uran in Mumbai. Mr. Jagannath is the senior commercial manager at the Uran LPG territory in Mumbai, and Mr. Jagannath looks after arguably one of India's largest areas in terms of size when it comes to marketing LPG for industries and the commercial users. So the area Mr. Jagannath covers is right from Khopoli to Panvel to Raigad district to Thane, Vasai, Virar up to Palghar. So everything which is from right from Lonavala, Khopoli up to the Gujarat border. It's covering Panvel, Talegaon, Taloja, sorry, and lot of industrial areas in and around Bombay, which is quite a large area. And we will have Mr. Jagannath to guide us on from a very important aspect from the LPG side, how Mr. Jagannath has and BPCL has been coping up with the current scenario under his territory. And we will also hear from Mr. Jagannath regarding a lot of other pointers how LPG, because it is termed as an essential service, the domestic sales have risen sharply. So, welcome, Jagannath sir, and thank you for being a part of this. And thirdly, we have my father, who's got 30 plus years of experience in the gas equipment and instrumentation field, handling more than 500 products for trading and distribution related to the gas industry. Uh, Mr. Jaising Sampath from Pune Gas and Maharashtra Multi Distributors will be speaking to us regarding the impact on the equipment and the manufacturing of the gas equipment and products business, how this whole lockdown has affected the business of equipment manufacturers, because they are not termed as essential service providers, but uh, it is coming under more of a manufacturing segment. So Mr. Sampath will be talking to us about that today. uh, so before we start off with the first questions, we would just like to let our viewers know that uh, all the views and the opinions expressed today in this session are purely from a personal standpoint. it does not represent any government or organizational views or policies. So, and if there are any technical glitches, don't worry, we will be coming back online on the same link. And this session is also being recorded, so you will also be able to view this session later on our Facebook and YouTube pages. So, I am Jesal Sampath from Pune Gas. I handle the projects business of Pune Gas, and I am joined by Mr. Ashwin Menon from Hyderabad. His company Gas Vigil Technologies is a pioneer in gas leak detection systems.
VC may have something urgent.
And he will be helping me today as a co-moderator of the session. So,
Hi, good evening.
welcome Ashwin as well. So, thanks guys. We are approximately we have uh, about 100 odd viewers on our Facebook page. So let's start with the first question, sir. To you, Ruikar sir. So in the last 1 month, we have faced a lot of challenges and difficulties. And as far as the lockdown is concerned, it has been more than 1 month that India has been under lockdown. So in terms of the challenges which your organization has faced as a CGD from a logistical perspective or from a supply chain standpoint, and also from the manpower and the health and safety concerns. So, how are the challenges been for you, sir, as the CGD company, and what has been your experience in the last 1 month? So, we would like to hear from you.
Thank you, Jesal. I'll talk in general about the CGD industry first because there are bigger CGD companies which are assessing the situation very closely. And truly, it's an unprecedented time. We have never seen such time wherein the energy companies have gone into the scenario where there is a lockdown for such a long period. And it has impacted deeply all the CGD companies. So the CNG volumes for all the companies have fallen steeply. And 80% of the CNG volume has fallen. All buses, public transport, all the Ola, Uber is no more operational. Many stations are remaining closed for more than a month now. And with this new guideline of another 15 days, this situation is likely to remain similar maybe for some period after that also. Coupled with that, norms of new social distancing and then changing consumer behavior will add further to what kind of growth and normalcy that we are going to see in future. So it remains a concern area for CNG. Yes, as far as PNG on domestic side, domestic PNG is actually has seen a positive side. Domestic PNG has proven a better alternative, and now it is the sales for PNG domestic have increased everywhere in all CGD industry. It's also a better alternative rather than LPG. So people will. It is forecasted that people will prefer PNG in future over LPG. It will have its own challenge in distribution, development of infrastructure for PNG. Like there won't be so easy access for the workmen to enter into the societies and to the households for doing the physical connections. But that needs to be seen how best it can be handled and how best it can be tackled. On the I&C front, there has been a deep again demand drop from both industries and commercial, and all the industries are under lockdown, so there is no production, so there is no demand. Again, all the normalization of situation will depend on the opening of the economy, opening of the factories, and resuming of the production. So it needs to be seen what kind of growth pattern we see in time to come, maybe in quarter one, quarter two. and how the cascading impact happens on the industry in terms of better increase in the GDP and how the recovery will happen. So they talk of
Right.
about U-shape and V-shape type of recoveries, but it is it is a situation that will need an inspection, and it
Right.
will take maybe a quarter or two for demand to assess and to grow. So this is on the demand side. On supply side, definitely there has been a better situation in terms of spot LNG and all other pricing across board, both in terms of crude and in terms of LNG that is available. You must Everybody must be observing that at various indices globally the LNG prices are dropping. So the silver lining in this entire thing is that there is positive impact on the pricing for the nation as well as for the industrial consumers in the country. And the LNG, it is expected that LNG will be available at a better price. How long it will sustain is again needs to be seen, because it's very demand driven, and once the demand goes up and the long term contracts come in picture, so again the prices may rise, but it gives an opportunity to industry to switch over to the better and cleaner technology rather than uh, wood or coal or any kind of liquid fuel. So this is something which
Right.
also an area of improvement.
Right. Right. Coming over to you, Jagannath sir,
Yeah,
from an LPG perspective,
yeah,
and Sujit sir said that there has been a drop in the domestic, drop in the commercial and industrial volume, but the domestic has risen. So in terms of LPG, we saw a lot of panic buying in the first 15 days or so. So I'm sure that you will have a lot of experiences from the last 1 month to talk about the challenges which you have faced in the last 1 month or so, and how has that experience been? How are the plants been operating? Because LPG, as we know, has a very important part in lives of so many households. So how is it for you, sir?
yeah. Good afternoon, everyone, and good afternoon to the panel members. Uh, I'm Jagannath. I'm commercial manager looking after rural LPG territory. I'm basically looking after three districts: Raigad, Thane, and Palghar. And I'm also looking after the domestic, commercial, as well as the bulk LPG sales. We have a very, this one from March 21st, to be precise, from that day till now, we have had a very different challenges which we have never faced before. First of all, sector wise, I'll first talk about the domestic front. Domestic front, as Surjit sir has also said, that there is a steep growth. I mean, Maharashtra used to, the industry used to grow at a rate of around 5%. But then this last month, we have seen that the whole industry has grown by 15 to 20%. So there is a steep growth in the domestic front, but then there the challenges are totally different. I mean, in the domestic sector, we being in the service industry, supplying the cylinders to the customer has become a big challenge, very big challenge. Now, when I come to the specifics, I will be more specific. But then let me tell you, uh, all of a sudden we have found that 30% of the labor who are into this business have just vanished. I mean, only 30 to 40% are left. The others have just vanished. And that's something which is a big concern for the oil industry in that sense. Then coming to the commercial segment, yes, commercial segment, I am talking about, commercial hotels, hospitalities, and small scale industries and all that, where packed cylinders are going. That is into a big dip. Actually, we are, as an industry, we are catering to only 25% of the actual demand. I mean, now the whole thing has come to 25%. And we being in the near to Bombay, or Bombay, Raigad being in the red zone, and Bombay being in the red zone, we are finding it very, very difficult. I mean, nothing is working. And so that's the scenario for the commercial. If you talk about bulk, then it is, it's a very, very bad situation in the sense there is nothing working. Actually, in bulk, there is only what you can call as pharmaceutical companies are working, and some companies which are assisting them, pharmaceutical companies, they are only allowed to work. So the fact remains that bulk LPG has come down drastically. It's a big, a dip for the bulk industry. And moreover, I will also say that Sujit sir will also agree that this LPG, or what you call this fuel in tankages, that basically goes to steel industry mostly. That is around 60% of the bulk business goes to steel industry. And steel industry, as you know, they were going under a slur for quite some time because mostly steel industry were catering to the automobile industries, and they were going a bad phase. And moreover, that this COVID has come, so that has put, drastically pulled them down. They are all closed now. And now coming back also, this bulk industry, it looks difficult for them. The reason at present all are thinking of basic necessities only, and this the steel industry basically, which caters to automobiles, or they are into real estate business, constructions. So that will not be the first priority for any any people now. So it is going to take some time to recover back. On the other side, if you talk about the product availability, I think all the oil industry are having surplus product waiting. The products are being brought 2 months ahead. All have been ordered and they are waiting. So product, and second thing, the best part is, the rates have come down drastically. Maybe, rates may not, we don't think the rates may go up very soon also, because supply and demand, that ratio always works. So that all things are at the bulk LPG scenario. But then industry is coming back. Today only we heard that from 3rd May, it has further increased 15 days more. So this is keeping on prolonging. So as far as these things keep on prolonging, we don't know when these industries are going to come back. The biggest challenge now the industries will face, basically LPG and other industries also, it will be labor. At least in Mumbai and close to Mumbai areas, labor will be a major issue here. So that is something which has to be addressed. Sujit sir also has touched. Finance will be another issue for this industries to stand up. So these are some of the major challenges which are going to come. So further, I will come out with further answers when somebody asks. This is something which I want to tell you about the LPG business.
Yeah, Jason sir.
Yes.
Just before we get into each and every aspect of pricing, impact of cash flows, and opportunities that lie in the future in this industry, just like to get an understanding, how has the last 1.5 month been for you, and what is the kind of thought process from industry standard that you've been thinking?
Okay. Well, first of all, let me thank you people for inviting me to talk on this subject. This is my 40th year of being into the LPG industry, and you'll have to pardon me because of the external noise of the birds that are chirping, a lot of trees over here, the clouds that are thundering, because it seems there is going to be a heavy rain over here. So there will be some audio disturbances. I think already the power has gone because of the rain, and such things will happen during the course of our meeting. So what I feel is basically, everybody is in a panic situation. Last, when Mr. Narendra Modi announced that you are going to be on a lockdown for 1 day, so everybody thought, okay, it is going to be only 1 day. but he was just trying to test what the people are going to behave or how they are going to react to. And he seems to be a very intelligent person. And what he did was perfectly one of the best things to do. And because of that, I think he has saved India. If you compare India with the uh, other parts of the world, the other countries of the world, we are at a far much superior, safer situation than any other country. Uh, people are panicking under the name of Corona, and I don't feel that people should panic at all. There is nothing to be panicked. You are already affected. You are already affected by Corona. It is not a coronavirus, but it is the Corona effect, and this effect is going to be there come what may. It is going to be there for a certain period of time. Whatever remedies, whatever you do, nothing is going to improve in the coming short period. Yeah, in the long period, yes, those uh, who can survive, of course, will survive. But there is one thing that I particularly want to reiterate on. I have done it in my previous talks also. That people have always said the smartest will survive, or the people who are the smartest will survive. This time, it is going to be exactly according to that. Even if you are fit, you may not be able to survive, but if you are a smart person, you will be able to survive, because this is going to teach you a lot of things. And if you are going to adapt, adopt, and change to these things, will you survive? Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, panelists, for your views, for your opening comments. Coming back to Rohikar sir and Vishwanath sir, uh, some specific questions for both of you, sirs, regarding the pricing as well as the impact on the cash flows. So the situation is such that the global crude oil prices have been falling drastically. As Sujit sir said, that this has become a positive impact kind of a situation for our country and our industry. That in spite of the lockdown, prices have gone down, and this might become like a very big advantage going forward. So uh, there are before that, so there are some people on Facebook who are commenting, and we'll stick to English as well as Hindi being the medium. So some people are saying that we can have this some of the things in Hindi. So whatever you feel, sir, is appropriate in Hindi or English, you might choose that, enable, and you can answer that accordingly. So regarding the cash flow, sir, and the pricing, Sujit sir, as a natural gas supplier, as a utility gas supplier, uh, natural gas as well as LPG has become such an important subject as an energy source in the industrial and commercial segment. But it is still a very under current kind of a situation where it is not considered to be very important, but we know that how important it is. So in terms of the pricing and in terms of specifically the cash flows, sir, how are the cash flows have been impacted? I'm sure the payments from customers have not come in. I'm sure that the uh, bills have not been paid for the earlier months. And what is the voice of the customer, and how are you going to adopt to the policy within your organization? Are you going to provide further credit, or are you going to cut down the credit period? So in terms of being a gas fuel supplier to the industrial sector, how are you looking at managing this cash flow and pricing situations?
Thank you, yes, Jisal, if you feel so, I will answer this question in Hindi.
Sure, sir.
तो ऐसा है कि सी प्राइसेस अक्रॉस द ग्लोब तो ड्रॉप हो चुका है. एलएनजी इज ट्रेडिंग एट हिस्टोरिकली लो. तो इंटरनेशनल मार्केट इज बिकॉज देर आर नो टेकर्स. तो सभी जगह पे एलएनजी टैंक्स आर फुल. एलएनजी इज गेटिंग बॉइल्ड ऑफ, सो इट इज गोइंग इनटू द डिस्ट्रेस सेल. बट अभी सिचुएशन ऐसा है कि सामने बायर्स भी नहीं है बिकॉज ऑफ द टिपिकल सिचुएशन जो अराइव हो चुका है, जहाँ पे प्रोडक्शन नहीं हो पा रहा है. इंडस्ट्री इज क्लोज्ड. Industries, even if it is allowed to operate, it is allowed to operate in a very stringent norm. तो ये सिचुएशन किस तरह से इम्प्रूव होगा, ये थोड़ा समय ही बता पाएगा कि किस तरह से हम इंडस्ट्री खोलेंगे. 25% खोलेंगे, 50% खोलेंगे, फिर 100% में खोलेंगे. एंड देन हाउ द सिचुएशन अक्रॉस ग्लोब विल इम्प्रूव, क्योंकि ये जो है पैंडेमिक अक्रॉस ग्लोब होने से इसका इम्पैक्ट एक्सपोर्टर्स पे भी है, इसका इम्पैक्ट इम्पोर्टर्स भी है, एंड डोमेस्टिक मार्केट में भी है. सो ये बड़ा कॉम्प्लेक्स मैकेनिज्म हो चुका है. एंड इसको किस तरह से आगे एंटिसिपेट किया जाए या फोरकास्ट किया जाए, इसमें मल्टी डायमेंशनल अप्रोच में ही स्टडी करके धीरे धीरे स्टैटिस्टिक्स जमा होगा. सो इट इज टू अर्ली एंड टू प्रीमैच्योर टू से कि whether this pricing mechanism will remain soft. It will remain soft for some period, and it may remain soft for say maybe 2 quarters, 3 quarters, maybe a year also. But if the demand picks up, and if the, because kaisa hai ki beyond a certain point E&P companies start bleeding, so they will not produce the way LNG or crude. So they are actually incurring, they are already bleeding. सो ये इस तरह से कैसे प्राइसिंग मैकेनिज्म होगा. शॉर्ट टर्म में स्पॉट में तो इंडिया को या अपने कंट्री को या इंडस्ट्री को तो उसमें राहत मिलेगी. बट आगे जाके इसको असेस करना पड़ेगा ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. कमिंग टू द कैश फ्लो सिचुएशन हैज बीन इट प्रिटी बैड. Money is not coming, money is not being handed over to suppliers. So यहाँ पे I feel that more flexibility is needed, not only with CGD company, but any organization that is dealing with vendors, whether it is uh, supplier, upstream supplier, downstream supplier, midstream supplier, and at the end of the day, vendors and contractors also. So there has to be more flexibility, and यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा गवर्नमेंट का फैसिलिटेशन रिक्वायर्ड है in terms of better payment flexibility from the banks, softer loans from the banks, which will help to the entire value chain to survive in this difficult period. सो ये अगेन डिपेंडेंट है कहाँ पे कितना आपका प्रोजेक्ट एक्सपांशन है, बिकॉज प्रोजेक्ट एक्सपांशन भी पैरेलली आपको प्रपोज करना पड़ेगा इन ऑर्डर टू अवॉइड अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट, इन ऑर्डर टू अवॉइड डिस्ट्रेस इन द कंट्री. सो ये एक यहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट, रेगुलेटर एंड फैसिलिटेटर का रोल बहुत ज्यादा है, wherein there is a easy cash flow, easy working capital available to the industry, to the distributor, and by the upstream suppliers. So everybody has to be more flexible. They have to renegotiate their contracts and then come to a very conclusive kind of atmosphere wherein there is a win-win situation. So it is not specific to the oil industry or gas industry. It is across board that kind of flexibility is required. Thank you.
Okay, right, sir. Coming over to you, Jagannath, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, the LPG sector has also tremendous impact on the pricing of the global crude oil. Just yesterday, we have heard that the price per the cylinder of LPG has reduced drastically.
Come down.
And also in your case, you were telling me earlier yesterday that there are customers who are asking you to supply LPG where they don't have money to, pay for the natural gas which they have used earlier. So, how can India take advantage of this kind of a situation? First of all, do we have that much storage capacity in terms of LPG storage where we can import a bulk amount when the global prices are really down and use it for a short-term benefit, being Uran being one of our big terminals for storage? And on the industry side, how has it been for you on the cash flow, especially because LPG is a little bit different? It is not directly supplied by the company to the customer, but there is a distributor in the middle, and it is supplied by the distributor. And typically, a distributor is micro, small, medium enterprise establishment. So for them, it would be much more difficult, and they would, benefits from you as the bigger company. So how are you foreseeing the situation, and what are you thinking about the policy in terms of the credit worthiness and the cash flows?
Yeah, let's first talk about the crude oil price. What I will say is that whatever Surjit sir has said holds goods for us also. The thing is actually, I will only add one more thing. The price slipping down is one of the effect of the lockdown also. That point also we will have to consider. Because of this lockdown also, as the demands have come down drastically, that is also one of the major point why this has come down. As he has rightly said, we don't see, because as the lockdown is continuing and in different countries, we don't see a big, spike in price which is going to come up. But then yes, there will be correction like thing which he has already mentioned. There will be some corrections in the rates. So it has to, this has come to the lowest. LPG prices dropped down to the lowest in the recent features, recent times. So it is surely going to go up. But then now the thing is that the availability of the product, as you asked, whether actually at present also my Uran tanks are fully loaded. We don't have any space, absolutely no space, and ships are waiting. And we are containment problem is a huge issue which all the oil industry must be facing as of now. So that is one major thing, and which we are all facing. Damages are being given. So that is one major issue. So we all pray ki as the earliest let the industry start and we actually are able to push our product there. Regarding the biggest concern which Surjit sir has said about the payment, oil companies as a policy, they don't give anything on credit. So there we are actually saved in that sense. Company is saved or we are saved. So we don't give anything on credit, but then yes, our partners, our business partners, distributors are there. And for them actually, as they are only, they are not a big industry, they are small distributors. So their worthiness is not to that extent. Now there will be many sick units, many of them have closed down, many hotels and what you call restaurants and everything have closed down. There is no guarantee that everybody will come back. So there will be a lot of sick units there. So they are, there will be some losses which they will be making in that sense. If they are much into the commercial business, yes, that is there. And as Surjit sir rightly said that, I think, we should all pray and feel that the government should support, industries to come up at the earliest. So that, all this business goes through, or else it will be, it is going to be really tough. Now all the industries will be really limping to come back to, fully functional. So so what Surjit sir has said, I equally support that point. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you for your views, and we really hope the government takes note of this, because as larger companies, it's easier to survive, but as smaller micro companies, for especially the dealers and distributors, it's going to be a very tough ask because of the situation. So, coming to our next points, Ashwin will be taking over for the next one or two questions.
Yeah.
Post you can have the question answers.
Yeah.
And Ashwin, over to you.
Yeah. So basically, as we are talking, we are going into a 2-week more extension of the lockdown. And what does it mean for us? My first question would be to Mr. Jagannath. What would it mean for us to go back into the new normal? And coupled with the issue that...
Sorry, you are not you are not audible once again.
Okay. So my question to you is that since we're going back into the new normal in coming 2 weeks, the issue of the migrant labor issue, or as you said, suddenly there is a 30% workforce missing, and sudden rise in demand that would come in from, say, commercial, industrial, and maybe additional of domestic. How is the oil company going to address this coupled issue of not having enough labor and demand suddenly rising?
Yeah, I mean, all of a sudden, I mean, as you rightly said, that the laborers have lost, which we already has experienced. Yes, the demand also, see, now the demand will rise all of a sudden. I don't think there will be, there's an immediate demand rise. The reason being, first of all, these industries which has closed down, they also need laborers to, work. So it is going to take the same time for them also to get settled. So that is one thing. Second thing, finance, there are many things which are has to looked into. And their production cannot be doubled in a day or two. I mean, it will also take some time for them to come back. See, our laborers, basically distributors' labor, okay, they will be coming back because that's for sure once the industry open. So supplying to the demand will not be an issue for the oil industry as such. We are very sure, because with this 50% labor also, we have managed to supply the cylinders without any problem. Yes, there are many things which we all did, but then the fact remains, at present also the backlog in the market is only 1 day. We are able to supply within 24 hours. So any demand which is coming up, I don't think oil industry as such will face any issue in supplying it to that. We hope that the demand surges up and so that we supply.
Right. Jaising sir, now looking at the downstream businesses, like all of us who've been ancillary units supporting the gas industry in installations and a lot of other ways, how is the new normal, the market that is going to open up, going to impact on SMEs, MSMEs, and all us as a part of the industry? How is it going to impact us in a good, and where is the silver lining
there? Let me answer your question with another question. Normally in Africa, the answers are given in the form of a question. Why plan for the future? Is there a future? What future? Did we plan for this COVID breakdown? Did we ever think that something is going to happen like this? Did we safeguard ourselves? Not at all. So planning will be done only in 21-22. At present, we are just going to survive. We have to save and survive. If we do that, we will. Don't do that, we cannot survive. See, the earlier pandemics which have come, like AIDS or swine flu or SARS or whatever natural calamities that have happened, men have always survived, businesses have survived. Okay, there was a small dip down there, but things have survived. And now, as small industries, they are the biggest affected in this pandemic. And the small industries, the only two things that they will need is, one is money. Do they have the money? If they have the money, only they can operate. If they don't have the money, they'll have to shut down. And the second one is that they will have to get their own manpower who is skilled and trained back into the business. See, if the restaurants business closes down, construction business closes down, we will not be affected much, because our industry is a supplier of fuel, which is gas. Mouths will have to be fed. Okay, so if the restaurants close down, they'll have to cook at home, or the delivery business will operate. So every food has to be cooked, and every cooking needs natural gas or LPG. So there won't be a sudden increase in business, or there won't be a sudden drop in business as far as cooking fuel is concerned. Yes, for the industry fuel, there will be a little bit changes. Like already business has gone down because the industries have closed down. But slowly businesses will take off. They will come back to normal. And in another 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, businesses will come back. As far as the equipment industry goes, already what we were seeing in these couple of years, last couple 5 years, the over unhealthy competition in the equipment business. हमारे बिजनेस में इतना कंपटीशन था, अनहेल्दी कंपटीशन था कि लोग क्वालिटी रिड्यूस करते जा रहे थे, प्राइस रिड्यूस करते जा रहे थे, और कुछ भी मटेरियल जो वर्थलेस था वो बाजार में देते जा रहे थे. ये जो है, इनफैक्ट ये पैंडेमिक की वजह से काफी सुधर जाएगा. लोग क्या बोलेंगे, नहीं अभी हमको लेना है तो अच्छा ही लेना है. सेकेंडली, जो इंडस्ट्रीज अभी बंद हैं, जो लास्ट 1.5 महीने से ऑपरेट नहीं कर रही है, उनको रीऑपरेट करने के लिए उनका पूरा कंपनी रिकंडीशन करना पड़ेगा. रिकंडीशन करने के वक्त उनको काफी कुछ पार्ट्स लगेंगे, इक्विपमेंट लगेगा, apparatus लगेंगे. अभी रेगुलेटर है. रेगुलेटर, if you keep on operating a regulator, it will survive. But if you leave the regulator unused over a period of 1 month, 2 months, उसका जो diaphragm है, that becomes hard, and that will tear when suddenly you start using it again. So there will be a lot of these replacement businesses which will come into the picture. So business will go up. I'm not saying suddenly it will go up, but business will go up in the equipment industry. काफी कुछ जो हमारे स्किल्ड लेबर हैं, उनको तो टाइम नहीं मिलेगा ये सब काम करने के लिए. उनको एक इंडस्ट्री से दूसरी इंडस्ट्री, दूसरी इंडस्ट्री से तीसरी इंडस्ट्री भागना पड़ेगा. बिकॉज मेंटेनेंस, इतना जरूरत पड़ेगी मेंटेनेंस की ये इंडस्ट्री में, कि ऑल जो रिवाइव होने वाले जो इंडस्ट्रीज हैं, हर एक इंडस्ट्री को आदमी के इक्विपमेंट को रिकंडीशन करना ही पड़ेगा. और लोग जो बोलते हैं, मैं अभी 2-3 दिन पहले लोगों से बात कर रहा था, हमारी इंडस्ट्री के भी कुछ लोग थे, तो वो बोल रहे थे कि हमारा इंडस्ट्री बंद हो जाएगा, हमारा धंधा खत्म हो जाएगा. कोई धंधा हमारा खत्म होने वाला नहीं है. हम लोग जो इंडस्ट्री में हैं वो एलपीजी इंडस्ट्री में है. हेलो, कैन यू हियर मी?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah. So we are into the LPG industry, and LPG is a cooking fuel, is a production fuel, a industrial fuel. That is a must. वो तो चलने ही वाला है. I hope I have answered your question correctly.
Yes, absolutely. Just a follow-up question to Mr. Sujit on this. What is the kind of opportunities that you've been in this field for quite some time, and for equipment manufacturers, do you see any sort of opportunity that this whole chaos has brought in? Some sort of an automation, because most of our viewers, listeners would be people who are in the field in the downstream, and they would like to know what is that the opportunity that has come through, and where do we envisage this opportunity going ahead?
Yeah, thank you. See, as Mr. Sampath has rightly said, every challenge comes with a lot of opportunities, and he is very positive. I also feel very positive about the outcome. Already the market disruption has happened. Only we have to assess what is the depth and length of the disruption, and there would be a temporary contraction which will again come back to the normal. It's a matter of time only. As I have already said, see, the price is the biggest advantage today. I mean, all the CGD companies and, for that matter, LPG industry will enjoy for at least for some period, because uh, this being a global phenomena, the prices will not bounce back to the earlier levels the way they were. So this is an opportunity to switch over to natural gas and LPG as a cleaner and better fuel, because see there the industry was always waiting for better and cleaner fuel. This will pose an important opportunity, as Mr. Sampath has rightly said and Mr. Vishwanath has also said. So adoption of cleaner and greener technology is a new opportunity, coupled with the digitization of your entire operations and increase in the efficiency of the companies will look for the contactless kind of technologies, digital e-payment, transaction app-based payments, wherein there would be a more transparency, easier to operate, and better controls. So, be it operational control, be it financial transactions, the switch will happen very drastically. In fact, uh, this COVID will accelerate this transition to the digital mode. So it's a digital transaction, and this better cyber security norms. All these are opportunities for the upcoming industries and startups. What it needs only a good facilitation, as I have said earlier, and Mr. Jagannath has also said that it needs to be properly facilitated so that the industry picks up and gears up for the regular routine operations as well as new challenges. So the the taxation simplification, the issues that are long bothering to the industry, they needs to be taken up on the high priority, which will improve the overall environment in the industry and will boost the confidence of the industry as well as the associated ancillary suppliers, vendors, contractors, everybody. Thank you. I hope I have answered.
Yes. Mr. Jagannathan, so if we are to believe a lot of webinars happening on different industries, market segments, everybody looking at India could be the next China. I know it could be a very far off shot, but do you think that kind of industrialization could bring in a lot of investment into the country? And how well we are equipped, and what is the opportunity that we see, being LPG or PNG, as a agent to energize that industries?
You have asked me a question. Thank you, but then I think I'm not. I mean that much equipped to answer that big question. But the fact remains, sir, we are hearing that India is going to, I mean, take up a lot of industries which are coming out of China. Yesterday only I was reading something. Out of 56, we got 11, and we are hoping to get much more industries from there. That's a very good news for any person of India. I mean, uh, that is something which we are looking for. Technology-wise or facility-wise, I mean, know-how-wise, I don't think India lacks anywhere. It is only the facilitation to allow that industries to come here with whatever help, I mean, to be given by the government. That is one major issue which will be there. As a layman, I can say only that. One more point, when Sujit sir was saying about the future, I think one more very important point I would like to just add into that is, now in India, the safety will become much, much more important. The fact remains, people somehow within this 2 months have understand how life is precious. So the angle of safety, we were taking things for granted for too long. even we all go to the industries where the last thing they think of is the safety of the whole thing. Now this safety, people have become more conscious, and safety is going to become a major, concern for them. They will they will spend more time on getting the things more safer. So when I talk about that, I think there is a big opportunity for people like you all, those who are dealing with this LPG. People will go on. There will be a lot of demand from the industries to see that their things are much more safer. So there is a big scope there. When you talk of safety, there is a big scope there. The life, what you call, of the Indians, they have started understanding how precious is it, and we are taking things for granted. So now that sense will prevail. That sense is prevail, and it was, better later than never. Thing has happened. So it's a positive thing for all of us.
Well, I think that is quite encouraging, at least for me personally. But then I think from what I've heard from all three of you and understood, I'd like to quote the great Socrates, who said once, the secret to change, because we all are talking about change, the secret to change is to focus all your energy not on fighting the old, but building the new. Jaisal, what do you think?
Yeah, very true. As you know, as we are all in this, amidst this whole change, and in every management school, the first thing they teach you always is change is the only constant. So the thing which is going to keep changing is change. And until now, we were not being as prepared for this kind of a change. But this situation, which is highly unprecedented, has also brought in a lot of different thinking caps from many people. Many people have to think outside the box, and they have to have a lot of new ideas coming forward. So Jaisingh sir has some things to say on this topic. Yes, go on, sir.
Yeah, Ashwin, thanks for bringing up this point. Actually, that companies from China will be shifting to other places. That is 100% correct what you are trying to convey. A lot of people who are a little bit skeptic about companies moving from China into India, they say, no, India, they will not come. They will go to Cambodia. They will go to Thailand. They will go to Vietnam. But I'm very positive that the countries that they are talking about, like Cambodia or Vietnam or Thailand, they may have a good infrastructure. They may have got land, factories, permissions, government rules, regulations. Everything might be quite simple. But the manpower they will need, they will not get anywhere in the world except India. If it is an automated industry, a electronic industry, or a robotic industry, then they might go to countries like Vietnam or Thailand. But if it is a manpower related industry, they will have to come to India, because India is the only place they will get abundant, cheap labor who is very well skilled into all this business. In fact, I'm very proud and happy to tell you that in the last 1 month that this COVID pandemic is going on, I've received 4 phone calls personally from 4 MDs of companies who are operating in India, calling me up and telling me, hey, Jaisingh, get ready. We are shifting our plant from China into India. 3 of them are American companies. 1 is a European company. And they have specifically told me, we have got 2 bullets. We want to have 1 more LPG bullet. In Bangalore, 1 company is shifting. 3 companies are shifting to Pune. I won't name the companies. But if the MD in 30 days can take a decision that we are getting out of China and moving back to India and increasing our plant, expanding our plant, a lot of companies in the coming 1 year or 2 years are definitely going to come to India. Only automated companies or companies which have got these problems with government restrictions, will go to Thailand or Vietnam. Otherwise, they won't get good labor over there. The Indian labor, skilled labor, is the best in the world anywhere. I have traveled the world around more than 40 countries. The kind of labor that we provide at the price we provide, nobody can provide it. China is bonded labor. So China people won because of bonded labor. Here you will get good skilled labor.
Right.
Yes, sir, Sujit sir, coming to you on one of the final points before we take the question and answers. As so many companies might come in, or the future in the long term, it looks like there would be uh, you know a lot of positivity for our industry in the future. Uh, from the natural gas perspective, we would like to throw some light on, already the government of India has committed a national pipeline grid for providing natural gas to uh, more than 200 plus districts in the next 8 to 10 years. But still, we see that the penetration of the natural gas is not as high as what we would like it to be. So, in terms of the fuel conversion opportunities for industrial and commercial use, from polluting fuels like furnace oil now, which has been banned in NCR and also in Maharashtra. Many people don't know that furnace oil has been banned by Maharashtra Pollution Control Board. But how do you look at this opportunity of the fuel conversion aspect, from when the companies, will they convert to natural gas or gas-based fuels, or will they wait for it because of the cash flow and the impact on the investments which is there? There is two sides to the coin. So, what are your views on it?
Yeah, thank you, Jaisal. Your last point that about the cash flows and investment. See, all this will be temporary. All this, whatever investments and capacity building, is the whatever the decision making which will be very moderate, or it will be very cautious, will be temporary. But there would be a good rollout of CGD companies and CGD infrastructure across the country, and government of India has been very conducive in rollout of this 9th and 10th bidding round, and there is a very strong commitment from all the bidding entities who will follow the MWB very judiciously. So no doubt the India growth story as far as natural gas is concerned is very strong, and by 2040 we will have a very strong market for more than 15% of the entire fuel basket in natural gas. So the long term strategy and long term outlook of the natural gas remains very strong. The companies will roll out the CNG and PNG infrastructure very strongly. In fact, I would like to say that there would be an addition of long haul buses and long haul trucks in LNG also, which will further boost the natural gas industry and the economic advantages of it. So, no doubt, the long term outlook is very, very strong. It is only a short term, I would say, hitch that has happened, but it will also pass through. So it will be back to normal. Maybe it's a matter of 2 to 3 quarters.
Okay.
Jaisal, I have a meeting lined up, so I won't be able to take questions.
Sure, sir.
So I thank you, organizers. Definitely, if there are any questions, you can mail it to me. I will try to answer that.
Sure, sir. No problem.
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.
Thank you, panelists, and thank you, Jaisal, for such a wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Vishwanath, sir.
Thank you.
So, sir, coming back to Jagannath, sir, our Facebook viewers have been asking a lot of questions. So, I'm going to, throw one question to you, which, in fact, Sujit sir actually answered from his company perspective. This is regarding digitalization. So, uh, you know, PNG is, purely a kind of a contactless fuel wherein the PNG can be supplied contactless in a contactless way to a household or a commercial or industrial establishment using a pipeline. But when it comes to LPG, there is physical contact, there is movement, there is manpower, and as well as there is payments involved. So uh, apart from these things, what are some of the activities which BPCL is thinking of implementing from a digitalization perspective? A lot of people are working from home. You said that there is 50% people at the uh, filling stations and everything. So, on in terms of digitalization in the future, uh, what are your thoughts and how is BPCL coping up with this? Uh,
No, yeah, thank you. Actually, digitalization actually has happened in a big way in BPCL as such. Actually, all the things interface has been removed. First of all, we used to have bookings on phones, everything that has gone. Now they have to just give a missed call or just a message, and then the booking has been done. And then the delivery man goes up to their payment can be done online, and the delivery man goes there, and the cylinder is delivered on e-bills and everything is done. But try to understand one thing, at the end of the day, there is a 40 kg cylinder which has to be delivered. So no digitalization can take, help in that. So that has to be delivered, so has to be delivered. So whether it is my delivery man, whether I give it to Amazon, wherever I give, there is a human interface which cannot be removed unless otherwise I employ a robot. So so, so that thing is going to be there. So for us, it becomes so important that we actually see the importance of human labor. That is something which we have learned in last 1.5 or 2 months. This thing, the government and the company has also taken care. See, all of a sudden, the people have just left. Now, let's understand their mental attitude. They were anxious, they were afraid, they were feeling insecure. That is the reason, they just, overnight they have just left. They were feeling insecure. Now, but if considering our distributor network, also I will say that see, every company or every agency, distributor, vendor, whoever it is, actually they have certain set of paid, enroll what you call labors, and there are some contract labors. There are some what you call part-time labors or that type of a labor. Those who are not in their payroll. Now, the people, those who have left are that people, those who are not in their payrolls. So we should understand that that is that sector of labor, those who felt that their life is under threat and there is nobody there. So it's a big, the government immediately, the oil industry understood this and they came out with what you call insurance policies. There are two insurance policies which immediately came out for the staff, for the laborers, for the distributor laborers, for the transporters, drivers. They immediately came out with insurances so that, to make them more comfortable. The labor, those who are supplying cylinders, because that has become very, very important in this pandemic period. Cylinder has to reach home. You can cordon off an area till they get food inside their house. If they are unable to get food or prepare food, these people are going to come out. So supplying cylinder has become very, very important. So the government has come out, all the oil industry has come out with this insurance policies to see that these laborers are, there is some solace for them. So this is the point where every industry has to think that yes, you cannot have 100% staff under your payroll, but then you should have sizable. The proportion should be in a way that you have sizable staff in your payrolls, so that at such situations, you don't find that difficulty. People were running haywire. They don't know what to do. The whole staff has left. So there is an angle to it. You have to see that you have to see that you own them, you give them trust, you take care of them. They should have the trust in you. Yes, there are somebody who is with us in difficult times. So here there is I am not an HR manager, but then I will say that a personal touch to the labors is needed, which we found that it has to be enhanced. We were taking things for granted. In this period, we found that if you have to run an industry or if you have to run a distributorship, whatever it is, you should have people along with you, because in this LPG business, you cannot remove that labor thing from the whole business. You need a lot of people. So good, you have to have a good one-to-one personal relation with the people, and then they should feel that it's a combined task. So this is something, it's a learning for in this maybe 1.5 to 2 months period. If you have to run an industry smoothly, you need people under your belt, those who feel protected.
Right.
Thank you.
Sir, we have some viewers on Facebook who are asking a few questions. So there is a question, I think specifically, which I would like to direct to you. And the question is basically on the pricing side. It's on the LPG pricing. So we all know that the prices have dropped drastically just yesterday for the month of May. And as you said earlier, that the short term looks like the prices will, further maybe drop or maybe, it be the same range, because you said that it is the lowest in the, since it has been
Near future.
in the near future. And the question is basically that can we compete now that the LPG rate is so low? Can we actually really compete with natural gas? Because natural gas is a cheaper fuel, or used to be a cheaper fuel, I can say, in terms of the pricing. So I don't know what is the price in the Uran region and in Bombay. So you can throw some light on what is the per kg price first of all, and then compare it with the price, I think, in your region or in the Uran region.
Good. Sujit sir has left. see, now it's not that the price of LPG has dropped. As said, the price of crude oil has dropped. So, so it will be, maybe small differences, their price is also going to get dropped equally. So, if the government feels that if LPG has to be marketed more, then it is the tax structure which is going to play a major role. It's not that the price of LPG or PNG is going to make a major role. So it is the government taxing structure which will give the preference whether it has to be LPG or whether it has to be PNG. So the price, as once again I will say that it's the price of the crude oil which has fallen down. So both are affected equally. Their price will also go down.
Right. So the taxation structure, we know that the natural gas is not coming under GST currently, and LPG is under GST. So do you foresee that
No. I am too layman to comment on that. I don't know actually.
Right. So what is the price of the LPG which is for the Uran area compared to the natural gas price there currently?
Actually, I haven't seen the natural gas price here, but then the per ton LPG price is around 30. Today's price is, just a second. It is 30,000 rupees per ton. That is the basic price of LPG.
Wow.
Yeah. There is a fall of around 15,000 rupees from last month to this month. This is without GST.
Yeah. Fantastic. No, the natural gas can't beat LPG at this price. No way.
I haven't seen that.
It basically translates to about 30 rupees a kg.
30 rupees a kg.
I'm talking about the bulk. It will be the same maybe.
Yeah.
Right. Sir, thank you for your time. If Sir Jagannath sir or Jaising sir, if there are any more points which you would like to share with us.
Any parting thoughts that would come to you?
Yeah, Yeah, surely. Thank you for giving this opportunity. It is nice talking to you, and I'm seeing you after maybe 2 months, or else we used to see much much more often. One thing actually, at the end of the day, I mean, I will just make a quote of Jack Ma of Alibaba Group, which really caught my attention. He said that 2020 is an year of staying alive. Don't talk of plans. Just make sure you are alive. If you stay alive, you have already made profit.
That's very true. Very true.
Very
Yeah.
true. Very
So,
true.
so before parting, I will say Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Jason,
very
sir,
much.
from your side.
Yeah, Ashwin and Jaisal, uh, first of all, let me congratulate you and thank you for bringing up such a good session. I think now the lockdown has been extended for 2 weeks, so you can have 3 more sessions of such kind. And this is required. Today you have about 115, 120 viewers. I'm sure next time you will have more than 300 viewers. I'm definitely sure. See, because uh, the, the the public wants to get aware and know about the facts of what is happening. And in this period, when they are home, they are learning something for free. They will definitely come and learn for free. As far as our subject matter goes, I'll tell you that see, there have a lot of changes. Mr. Jagannath said he has seen Jaisal after 2 months. Uh, Mr. Jagannath, I've been seeing Jaisal every day for 2 months. So see these are the changes. These are the changes that have been taken place because of the pandemic. Otherwise, I used to travel so much. Every week I was traveling. I did not see Jaisal maybe 2 or 3 days a week. And last 2 months he has been coming in front of me every day. So the changes that are happening, changes in habits, changes in social ways, changes in work styles, priorities, temperament, the shopping habits, drinking habits, that is going to change all the humans in a very, very different and a positive way. See, people are staying at home. Their family bonding has increased so much, their priorities will increase so much. And as far as one thing I want to advise our viewers who are over here, this is the time to convert your business into a cash business. Forget the competition. Your competition will always be there. It was there, it is there, it is going to be there. But if you want to really increase your business, turn your business into a cash on delivery business. The moment the person wants something, भाई रोकड़ा दे और माल लेके जा. Because I am sure ये पैंडेमिक में काफी एंटरप्रेन्योर्स के काफी पैसे का नुकसान होने वाला है. बहुत लोग हाथ खड़ा कर देने वाले हैं. पैसा नहीं है, जाओ. और अभी टाइम है, अभी चेंज कर सकते हो कि भाई आज के बाद मेरा बिजनेस ऐसा है, आपको चाहिए माल तो रोकड़ा देके लेके जाओ, पैसा बैंक में जमा करो, मैं माल देता हूं. माल मिलेगा, सबको मिलेगा, सस्ता मिलेगा, अच्छा मिलेगा, बुरा भी मिलेगा, जो चाहिए मिलेगा. मगर आपके बिजनेस को प्रॉफिटेबल बिजनेस, कैश ऑन डिलीवरी बिजनेस करना है तो दिस इज द राइट टाइम. हम लोगों ने डिसीजन ले लिया है, आज के बाद हमारी कंपनी कैश ऑन डिलीवरी के सिवाय धंधा नहीं करेगी. So such sessions are needed. Jaisal and Ashwin, I
Yes,
think
sir.
you can have 3 more sessions of a different topic or something related to our business. Maybe something technical, maybe something commercial, and come back and help the industry that we are into it. Thank you, Mr. Jagannath. Nice seeing you after a long time.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
my pleasure, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So let's hope this is only one of many webinars that we are going to do, and hopefully we'll impart more knowledge to everyone. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Jagannath sir. Thank you, Jason sir. Thanks, Jason, for having me, and it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Jagannath sir. Formally to thank you, and you were the first one I called, and you immediately said yes. So thank you for your support and help, and thank you to Mr. Jaising also, and thank you Ashwin for initiating. Ashwin was the first one to say that let's do something. Okay, let's have a webinar. के कुछ करते हैं, because many of the people wanted to hear our thoughts and what the future of our LPG and gas industry would look like. So thank you formally, sir, to all of you, and hope that our viewers have enjoyed this session and have taken some inputs from this. And we will surely plan a few more sessions in the few weeks and months to come. So thank you, sir. Thank you, Jagannath sir. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sujit sir. Also, he's not here, but we'll be recording this session, and the session will be available on the YouTube as well as the Facebook page later on for people to watch separately as well. So thanks all, and we'll be ending this session now. Thank you, everyone, and have a good day. Stay home, stay safe, and we all hope that this ends soon. Thank you.